Hello, everyone! As you can see, it's a little late and the sun is starting to set behind me, but I thought I'd take this time to discuss for a couple minutes the One School, One book that you have all been assigned, not really assigned, but given to read by the higher ups here at Horizons. And that book is Stone Fox, which, from my understanding, is a book about a young boy trying to help his grandfather. And it seems from the chapter that I've read, the very first chapter, that it will be an engaging, exciting experience. And I figured, since what I do at my school is I study English and writing, I would tell you guys what I thought about the first chapter, what I thought worked. So, reading the first chapter, the first thing I noticed was the form of writing. Now, if you guys don't know anything about writing, there's a couple ways that dialogue, and not dialogue, but there's a couple ways that information is delivered to us. The first of these is dialogue. Now, dialogue is what I'm doing right now, just talking. Dialogue is characters talking to each other and conveying ideas to each other. And I thought the dialogue was very clear and concise. Now, if you don't know what concise means it's very short and to the point, right? It's not all fuzzy and blurry, and it doesn't really make you scratch your head trying to figure out what it means, right? So I thought that was very good. It was very clear and easy to understand. The other type of delivery that we can always rely on is called exposition. And exposition, or expositing, the act of giving exposition is expositing. Exposition is just the delivery of information to the reader by the author, by the writer. And that is basically just, well, we'll take this paragraph right here. Little Willie lived with his grandfather on a small potato farm in Wyoming. It was hard work living on a potato farm, but it was also a lot of fun. That excerpt, that part of that paragraph, is exposition, because the author is just telling you things. And I thought the exposition throughout the first chapter of the novel here was very good. It wasn't confusing. That's the best part about Stone Fox so far. It's not confusing. It really tells you what it wants to say. It's not cryptic or poorly worded, and it doesn't make you have to reread things to say, oh, did I really get what that meant? Right? Because it really tries to make sure you know what it means the first time around. And I think that's a good sign for things to come. And I thought the narrative, which is, well, narrative can mean a lot of things, but what we'll say it means here is the story that's being told is very interesting. It's not something that I've seen before. Well, it's something that I've seen before, but not quite like this. When I read that Willie's grandfather was cooped up in his bed all day, I expected something a little different. I expected that maybe he had, say, passed away, as is often common in life, as is common in literature. But this was very different to me. I've never come across anything in a book where someone has simply stopped wanting to live. To say it quite bluntly, I find it an interesting hook, if you will, to pull the reader into the story. And I understand this is a book on the older side, so obviously this has been done time and again since then, but I haven't seen this before yet, so I thought this was very interesting. Other than that, I thought it was very nice that the doctor in the book was female. That also took me by surprise, given that this is an older book. Now, this is called representation, right? See, back in olden times, people often didn't think that women could be doctors for a variety of reasons, and that's ridiculous, flatly, plainly. Of course, women and girls can grow up to be doctors, and I found it nice that that was showcased here. And so fluidly as well. It was so easily inserted. And I thought that was very nice. I thought that was very good. And I think that's all I really have to say about the first chapter. I liked it. I thought it was very clear and concise, and I thought it was very enjoyable to read with some ideas and concepts that I had not come across before in my time reading. So I hope all of you had some sort of similar experience or revelation reading this first chapter. If you've read it yet, if you haven't, I would recommend that you do it. It is very interesting. So that's all I have to say. I hope all of you have a good experience reading this book, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you.